Hello and welcome to another episode of The Profitable Pothead. This is Nicole. And we are going to go over. I wrote out an outline for a course that I would like to create. And so the first thing that I want to do is go through and talk about each of these things that I want to discuss further inside the course. Now, I put it together based on my experience. What are the things that I had to do in order to become profitable? It took me a really long time from the idea of having time and money freedom to actually finding out what that was and how I could get there. So the first step of all of this, and you'll learn this very quickly as an entrepreneur, is mindset. What is mindset? What is the entrepreneur mindset? And how do you control it? Because your brain is a very powerful thing, right? I mean, it runs everything in your life. So mindset is what distinguishes everything. You know, your thought patterns. When I feel depressed, it usually comes down to me realizing that I'm asking myself the wrong questions, and I get stuck in this loop of these horrible questions, and then I end up defeating myself. So in order for me to overcome that, I had to take control of my mind, of my mindset, of the questions the stories that I'm telling myself. And so one of the first things, and let me tell you guys this, I fought this for so long. Don't do it. Just do it. Like, don't fight it. And that's feeling gratitude. It's just something that feels so simple. It's too easy. It's kind of like when you're learning math and then you get this question and then you're like, it's just like a basic addition question. You're like, no, this is too easy. Like, I'm doing trig right now. Like this, it's, and then you're looking for this like complicated, convoluted solution, and it's right in front of you, and it's so simple that you don't even see it anymore. Gratitude. It's scientific, it's biblical, it's everywhere. Like, if you hear it in music, it's everywhere. When you start looking for it, you're gonna see that any entrepreneur, the first thing they're going to tell you is you have to work on your mindset. So how do you do that? How do you feel grateful when things are fucking shitty, man? You know? That's one of the things I talk about in my book, because I've been through stuff. I've lost people. Like, I was 1.5 when my mom died. How do you feel grateful for that? It's really fucking hard, man. But I didn't find gratefulness in her death, but I was able to be grateful for the people that came into my life because of that. I would have never met my nanny. She would have never raised me. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have met my stepmom. Now, I'm not saying it's fucking hard, man, okay? Because I'm not saying I'm glad she died. I'm just saying that, since I can't change it, I might as well be grateful for the things that I have instead. And this theme just keeps coming up. When I was in church on Sunday, the pastor was talking about how seeing lack is one of the first sins. Because if you look at the book of Genesis and you see the story of how the snake, whatever, talked to Eve, they had to, the tree that they were not supposed to eat from was in the middle of the garden, right? Which meant that Eve had to walk past her abundance. They could have any tree She walked past. She didn't see any of the abundance that was around her. She focused in on the one thing, the lack that she had. And it led to the downfall. Is that what you're doing in your business? That's what I was doing in my business for a long time. And I couldn't see the things that I had accomplished because I was so focused on the things that I hadn't gotten to yet. And this kind of goes, something that helped me see this was in the One Funnel Away challenge. I'll put a link down below, but Russell talks about your story. You gotta tell stories. And when we're going through this journey, through this hero's journey, right? Because the story comes from the hero's journey. Russell talks about how there's two journeys that are happening simultaneously. The one that you can see. So in this example, he uses Lightning McQueen. So you see the transformation, how he's practicing so he could get to the final race. But at the end, he ends up losing the race, so he didn't get the trophy, but he ended up helping someone else get across the finish line. And then he remembered it's just an empty cup, right? So he was able to be grateful for all the things that he learned, and he didn't focus on the fact that he lost. You know what I'm saying? So in your business, what are the things that you already have around you that you're not focusing on because you're thinking about what you don't have? I had one friend that came over here and she said, I'm broke. And I said, stop saying that. How can you say you're broke when you have an apartment? You have 2 dogs that you love, that love you, that you take care of, that you're able to buy food for. You don't go hungry. You guys, I know what it's like to be hungry. I remember not knowing if I was going to have a place to lay my head. Okay, I remember being in a fucking trailer and it was cold. It was the middle of the winter and I was sleeping in the living room because I had roommates and that's what I could afford. And I slept right under this little AC, and the AC had it wasn't, it was like the wall units. And so there was openings on the sides. And so I was feeling the temperature from outside. I know what it's like. So stop saying things like that. Stop saying I'm broke. You're not. We live in the United States. You have a cell phone in your hand. Did you know that most of the world can't even pay for that? Stop saying you're broke. We live in the land of opportunity. What? We're not broke. Our mindsets might be a little bit broken, but broke is a mentality, you guys. That's why you have to focus on what you're grateful for. When I don't know what to do, when I feel crazy and lost, that's what I have to go back to. Like I said, I fought it for a long time. Just sitting down and journaling. When you get up in the morning and you do whatever you do in the morning, you should definitely have some kind of morning routine. I don't know if you're reading affirmations, if you're doing Bible study, whatever it is that you do, but something for you. And then take a moment to write down 3 things that you're grateful for. In the beginning, it's hard. But it's such a small little habit that you can build. Don't even worry. Don't even focus on trying to think about it the rest of the day. Just get into the small habit of taking 2 minutes in the morning and 2 minutes at night and write down, what are you grateful for today? Is it the fact that you can breathe? Is it the fact that you have a home? Is it a fact that you have the potential to create income? Maybe you're not creating right now, but maybe you can be grateful for the fact that you have the kinetic energy that's stored somewhere inside you. You have the potential to create something. Maybe just be grateful for that. You've got to get creative. When I was stuck in that trailer and I was freezing, I was grateful for that one blanket that I had. I was grateful that I could feel the cold. Maybe not in that moment, but when I'm in pain, I feel grateful that I can feel. There is always something that you can find to be grateful for. And remember that what you think about is what you bring about. So when you start focusing on the things that you are grateful for, you're going to start finding more things you can be grateful for. And those things are going to start coming towards you. Like the same way that when you're thinking about buying a new car, you see that car everywhere. If you start looking for things to be grateful for, I promise you that you will start finding them. Okay, that's it for today. We're gonna move on to the next one. We're still gonna be talking about mindset. I didn't even get to overflow in this one, so maybe tomorrow we'll talk about overflow and gratitude. All right, I will put the link to the One Funnel Away challenge if you want to check it out. Change my business, change my life, change my thinking. I highly recommend that you do it. It is intensive. It's not for everyone. It is only for people who are serious about taking what they have and learning to market it for real. So if you have a product, if you have a service, if you have a business, and you are ready to really actually learn how to market it, not what to post on social media, not like legit actual marketing. Because one thing I found in trying to start a business over the years that I've tried, with all the companies I've joined, the one thing no one ever really actually taught me, like really, was marketing. And that's the name of the game, you guys. It doesn't matter how many products you have. If you don't know how to market whatever it is that you have, how can you help people? How can you make money? So that's why I highly recommend I'm grateful that I found the One Funnel Away challenge. And let me tell you guys, I was scared the first time that I paid the $99, and I was like, is this even going to be worth it? Man, I've paid for that junk 3 times already because it is absolutely worth it. Every time you go through it, you learn something new, and you're going to learn things that are actually going to help you in your business. If you're here, it's because you want to learn how to be profitable, because you want to have your own business, you want to have freedom of time and money, and because you don't want somebody else to do it for you. You are ready to take control. And so that's why I highly, highly, highly recommend that you take the One Funnel Away challenge. Like I said, I'll put the link down below. And don't forget, start your journaling habit. Start writing, what are you grateful for today? I don't care what it is. If you ate, if it's the air that you're breathing, if it's finding water, if it's being able to say, I don't care what it is. Just start writing little things down. And you'll feel silly at first, but keep doing it. And I promise you that you're going to start finding bigger and better things that you can be grateful for. And hey, maybe you start with 3 and then you go to 5 and you go to 10. I don't know. But start with writing down 3 things, even if it's once a day. 3 things that you're grateful for. Do that for 30 days. And let's see how things change. All right. I'll see you guys on the next episode.